What is the evening news? My granddad went to the emergency room today. He is 95 years old. People in my family can live a long time, like into the hundreds, like 106 kind of thing. So 95 is, it's old, but it's not like an unheard of thing in my family. I know that might not be like normal for like the world, but point being, he went in to the emergency room, and fortunately they do have a bed for him. Even with all this spike in COVID-19 cases, he has pneumonia, a type of pneumonia that's recurring. And so my mom, so it's my mom's dad, and so at this point in time it doesn't really go away. So they're debating on the question now. There's a meeting. She's going to meet with some other people in hospice tomorrow to decide on how to proceed. It's sounding like they might not treat the pneumonia, which would mean he dies. And so this all happened today. He went into the emergency room today, so it was just kind of out of the blue. He had been doing better, so I moved home in 2019, and of Christmas of 2019, he came over and I gave him like a picture book about foxes and gave him a stuffed Arctic fox and stuff. And he really liked it, and we made sugar cookies and decorated sugar cookies together. And then COVID-19 hit and the pandemic hit, and his health just tanked because he lives in a senior home and people would keep getting COVID-19. He has not gotten, does not have COVID-19. But they have been in a consistent state of lockdown. So we haven't been able to bring him out of the house where he lives for over 2 years now. They haven't been allowed to leave, at all. And like things have been so bad that they won't even allow during like the really strict lockdowns. If we go and visit, or my parents go and visit, we're not allowed to talk to the people. Like when things are in severe lockdown, it'll be like they'll have my granddad or my grandma also lives there on one side of a fence, and we can talk to them through the fence, but we can't actually like touch them, interact with them, like hug them or anything like that. So they're called fence visits because I'm not actually allowed to go in and see them. That kind of thing. So it's it'd be kind of sad if this, like, his health was really good. He would go for walks and he'd do stuff, and COVID-19, the pandemic, has just shut down his way of living, and he started having a whole lot of health problems because of the pandemic, not because of the virus, but because of the pandemic itself. And so this is kind of a snowball from the pandemic effect, the COVID-19 pandemic. So yeah, that might be part of why he goes. I would say it's been really stressful for my mom, and both her parents are in a home and not doing so great at this point in time. And so I think there's a bit of I'm not crying, I'm not bawling. This has been in the works for a while, especially since the pandemic hit and his health took a big hit because of the lockdown, persistent lockdown that hasn't lessened up in over 2 years. And so yeah, it's not today, it came out of the blue, but the progression itself is not necessarily a surprise. He's 95 years old. He's done really good. We went to a family reunion in central Washington in 2017, I think, together. And he was having some difficulty then. It's, I think the biggest stressor recently has been it's really expensive, and the cost of care, like, the money's gonna run out. We're not rich. We're not like, this is, so I think there's a bit of, not it's time, but like that is the vibe this day. So I can't go because I'm not vaccinated due to health potential side effects from the vaccine that run in my family history. So due to health affect women my age, I can't get a vaccine without potentially worse side effects than the virus itself. Yeah, so I can't actually go to the hospital and see him because the biggest concern at the hospital is the spread of COVID-19. And so just like being cognizant of that and stuff. And so I might not see him before he passes away. But I'm happy I had that time at Christmas in 2019 with the sugar cookies and decorating them and seeing him then. So, but that's just my evening news. I was going to wait till tomorrow, but I guess it's more timely to do this now. And we'll see how it progresses. Maybe he gets better, but the problem is it's not a pneumonia that goes away. It's a recurring thing. So even if it goes away this time, it doesn't mean it'll go away the next time, that kind of thing. So that's update on my end.